Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of my video blog series. I am your host, Nick Renard, and today we are going to be talking about, actually we'll be doing a little more hands-on work today, setting up a display campaign. I've written about in the past setting up display campaigns by using search campaigns that you've already built out, and I'm going to give you a visual of that with one of our clients, one of their search campaigns that we built for them, and I'm going to show you how to essentially convert a search campaign that targets based on keywords over to a display campaign. So let's go ahead and get started. We have this campaign right here called DRA-PCB, and this is the campaign that we're going to be converting into a display campaign. So it already has a bunch of ad groups in here. Each one of these ad groups has a set of keywords, which you can see here. And we also have ads in each one of these. Each one of these ad groups has 4 different ads that we wrote that we're testing against each other. So fairly standard search campaign. And what we're going to do is, what I love about converting these campaigns over to the display network is a lot of people are intimidated by the display network, and they, maybe they know how to do remarketing or something that's fairly straightforward, but as soon as you get into more granular targeting with topic targeting, placement targeting, demographics, stuff like that, people start to back away from it. And that's understandable for multiple reasons. One, the display network is renowned for hemorrhaging money, but I think with the updates to their algorithm that they've had over the past year or two on the display network, that these campaigns are a lot more viable than they used to be, and I've actually had a lot of success with these. So we're actually going to be testing it out with this particular campaign. So in order to do that, in order to turn a search campaign into a display campaign, what we're going to do is we're going to take this entire campaign and we're going to copy it like that. Just right click the campaign and then paste it. Control V. And we're going to rename this. You can see that it will be an exact copy of everything, so it still has the same ads, same keywords, same everything. So we're going to rename this as DRA-PCB, and we'll call it display. Now the first thing we have to do is change the campaign type, because before it was on search network, so now we have to change it over to display network. And recall that you can still target keywords on the display network, it just targets a little differently. Instead of targeting based on the search queries that people are typing into their browser on Google or Bing or whatever you have the search campaign set up on, it targets based on the content or the browsing history of the users. So that's why it's called display as opposed to search. Next thing here, actually display is really all we have to change here. A lot of these other options like setting a budget or changing your ad rotation are things that we would have to do, but since we copy and paste our original campaign, your settings from that campaign are going to be, they're still going to be fine. Ad scheduling, all that stuff is all going to be the same. So adjust anything that you need to, but otherwise just move forward. Alright, so it's a display campaign now. And the only difference, that's literally the only difference between the two. But what we want to do is we want to be targeting based on keywords, but I also want to be targeting based on topics. Topic is my favorite type of targeting, and I like lacing keywords with topic targeting. So that's what we're going to be doing. And I want to go ahead and open up AdWords here and show you how to find the topic targeting in here. So actually I'm going to go ahead and post my changes here so this campaign shows up in the browser interface. And I'm posting it paused, that way it doesn't start running before we've fixed everything. So if we take this campaign, go ahead and refresh here so it shows up. Take this display campaign that we created, and we click on the display network tab here and click the big red plus targeting button. All right, it's going to ask you to choose an ad group. You'll have to do this for one of the ad groups, and then we can copy and paste everything into the other ad group. So just do it for one to start off with. So we're doing this first two-layer ad group here. You click this drop-down box and go to topics. Now, a lot of people will, you can search for words and phrases of topics that you think are relevant to you, or you can go through here and browse however you want to do it. I actually prefer to, they have a, if you hover over this little question mark, they have this full list of topic codes link that you can click on, and it sends you to this page. It's a Google support page that actually has all of these. There's a huge amount of them. So you can see there's different categories: finance, games, sports, travel, jobs and education, health, everything. So what you want to do is you want to browse through here and find the ones that are going to be relevant to you and your company. There's probably only going to be one of these sections. Like if you're an e-commerce store, then most of this stuff is not going to be relevant to you. Or if in this case this is the only categories that are relevant to this are under computers and electronics. And I talked to our client this morning, and we already decided which ones we wanted to start targeting. So once you have that list, what you do is you click Add Topics Using Code, and you copy and paste the codes that you pulled from that topic targeting page into here. So you can see these are all computer and electronic categories or topics, and it's going to target people based on their interests in these categories. So you can see that. Go ahead and click Add. And there you go. See, it shows up here. Now if we go back to our AdWords editor and we get recent changes, might take a sec here, so just bear with me. Oh, it didn't add it. That's weird. Oh, I didn't hit save. So, yep, there you go. All right, now we go back and get recent changes. All right, and now you can see all these topics have been added into this two-layer ad group here. So test and measurement, power supplies, chips and processors, all that stuff. So hit done, and we want to take all these codes here, and we only did it for this one ad group, so we want to copy and paste it into all of these other all these other ad groups here. And we'll go ahead and post those changes so that way we don't have to. It's much easier to do in the in this interface in terms of copying and pasting there. All right. So now what it's doing is we've laced the targeting between these two things. So yes, the display network is renowned for it is a massive network. It's huge. So what we want to do is we want to narrow down that massive network as much as possible by lacing the keyword targeting. So these keywords that you see here, along with the topic targeting categories that we implemented into this campaign. So now it actually has to match both of those criteria in order for our ads to show. So it's more than likely that that whether or not the person is actually interested in our products, they'll at least be somebody who is kind of in that realm of the type of person that we're trying to sell these products to. So that's the idea behind this type of targeting and lacing targeting together. This is actually really all there is to it. All we did was copy and paste the search campaign, changed it from search over to display, added the topic targeting in there, and you'll notice that I kept all the keywords. I didn't edit anything else. We can still use those types of targeting on the display network, and we can even all the ads that we wrote, those are still going to be here. So now these ads that show up are just going to be our ads on the display network. And one last cool thing that you can do on the display network if you want to take this one step further is you can also upload image ads into these campaigns. That's one of the advantages of the display network is that we can use images. I recommend that you use images over text ads. I've always had better experiences with image over text, but you know, that doesn't mean that you can't test the text ads and see if they're viable for you. Anyways, that's all I have for today. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have a search campaign you haven't tried out the display network, I highly recommend that you try it out. Cost per clicks on the display network are going to be way cheaper, and who knows, you can try it out, test it, and see if it's profitable. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.